Over the last 2 weeks, we've previewed future designer offerings from London and Milan for autumn-winter '98. But let's talk now. Yes, warmer days and balmy nights are just around the corner, and the Clothes Show offers a definitive guide for a hot and happening summer wardrobe. Think long, loose shapes draped serenely over your body in layers lightweight or lavishly applied. Underneath is the ubiquitous drawstring waist. Effortlessly elegant or comfy and casual, finish off with plain, flat sandals. Fuller-figured women especially can excel in this look, prioritising fluid or longer line garments over waistlines and hips. Let's take a long look at shorts. Combat-style khakis with a plethora of patch pockets are practical and flattering. Team with V-neck tees and trainer-style sandals. And remember, no socks, please, we're British. Less is more, especially in the slinky swimwear department. Triangular shapes cut to cover but not conceal are a must for minimal tan lines. Dress with hot pants or sarongs for flirt factor 10. And men, surf style has never been easier with cult labels like Quicksilver available from catalogue or mail order. You don't need a sunny spell to justify the existence of your shaded eyewear. Just create your own rose-tinted view or perk up a parky day with coloured lenses. Or if you fancy something a touch more edgy, now mirrored aviator styles are infused with subtle hues. For partying, nip into a slip dress with spaghetti straps in sumptuous colours. Choose from tangerine, purple or fuchsia. And accessorise with snappy, strappy satin slingbacks in complementary tones. Tired of high-tech fabrics? Then let's go back to basics, because before there was cool, there was linen. Delightfully dishevelled, creatively creased, the pale linen look suit stands out. Add this season's tonal print shirt or soft cotton v-neck. Embroidered, beaded or trimmed fabrics are this season's hot favourite, and appliques or motifs add a luxurious element to any garment. Do mix contrasting trims and finishes, but sparingly, so you don't overload too much of a good thing.
Is one of Britain's best-known fashion exports and made his name in menswear. 4 years ago, though, he launched his first collection of clothes for women. But not being one to rush things, he's waited until now to put his women's wear collection on the catwalk. We caught up with him on the morning of his first ever catwalk show for women.
So, this is a really busy time for you, but you've actually been doing your women's wear now for 4 years, so why have a show now?
Well, after 4,000 men's shows, that's what it feels like. Actually, after about 30 odd men's shows, I said, in all honesty, it's going to take me between sort of 3 to 5 years to get my head around designing clothes for women. But now I feel that the collection is mature enough and well balanced enough. A lot of women were buying Paul Smith, men's clothes, and they said, well, why don't you make them for women? So the first season I did, just literally made simple clothes for women. And then they said, well, we didn't really mean that. We sort of meant a dress as well, and a skirt as well. And so it took me a while to get my head around that, but what's actually happened now is the fact that I think I've got the balance right of my sort of Britishness and my good points.
Oh, British is a word that you use a lot and that people use a lot about you.
I love craftsmanship, I love tradition, I love good quality, but I've got a sense of humour, I love street style, so you put all that together and sort of in the blender, and hopefully that's what you get with Paul Smith, and that's what Britishness is. I mean, it's Savile Row meets Mr. Bean.
Just coming back to the task in hand at this moment.
What, eating breakfast? Which I haven't done yet. Well, in the show, there are, towards the end of the show, there are a lot of, incredibly feminine pieces that are quite showy. But I still think they're very wearable. Hopefully, the end result is the fact that you've got, good British clothes, but in a sexy way, but without being vulgar.
So how many hours have we got to the show, and what is there left to do?
About 6, I think, 6 hours. To be perfectly frank, I mean, everything's done in terms of, the running order and the outfits, the girls, the fittings.
Can anything go wrong, or is it's all on course?
No, I mean, of course it can go wrong, and hopefully it won't, but I mean, if it does, I'll just come out and do a dance. I think it went well, I don't know. It's always frustrating because you never see your own show.
What does the designer do now when they're finished?
Have a day off. No, I haven't got a day off, in fact. I'm going to have a very quiet dinner with my wife and some friends, and that'll do me.
If you're homeless, finding practical clothes to keep you warm and dry is hard enough. But getting the right clothes for a job interview or just maintaining a clean and presentable appearance is another hurdle altogether. The Crisis Clothing Run was set up in 1988 by the charity Crisis. Their aim is to provide for the clothing needs of people living on the streets.
Homelessness can happen to anybody, and very often they are people just like you and me who've fallen upon bad times, the family's fallen apart. Very often having the right clothes could be the important stepping stone out of homelessness.
These are all the blankets we're handing out tonight because it's a really cold night. So we hand out blankets and sometimes scarves and gloves and anything to keep them warm.
The clothing run follows a regular timetable so that people know when and where to expect it. Our cameras are about to follow the volunteers in their van as they take orders from people all over London.
The van comes down and they take a list of things which you need, like. Then tomorrow night the van will come out and deliver them to the various points that they go to.
My ideal order would be a thick jacket with warm jumpers and thick sort of corduroy jeans and a good pair of working boots, well, walking boots, sorry, not working boots. I'm homeless.
It's now Sunday morning and last night's orders are about to be made up here at the clothing depot. This is about a week's worth of public donations, and the next step is to sort everything out into size and style.
When you meet meet these people on the street, you realise what they want are good quality clothes, clothes that they can feel somebody in. We get soiled clothes completely that haven't been washed. I think that it's disrespectful to people on the street to give something that you wouldn't wear yourself. Wool they like because it keeps them warm, it also lasts much longer, doesn't lose shape. We wouldn't give that out at all to anybody.
What would you do with these?
They will go to, they will be ragged, and then we sell the rags and we make money from the rags, which we can buy things that we need. And then we're not providing a good service if we don't give them the best of what we have.
Sucks me in, it sucks, it works. I guess it's cool to be alone.
There's lots of clothes here. Where do they all come from?
It's all donated to us. It's by individuals, by families, and sometimes it's by corporations. If they have, you know, a special T-shirt offer or something like that, they'll bring it in. Sometimes they're going to an interview or a wedding or something, or they've got to go back to see their family, and they want to look smart. They want to look like, you know, they're in work, and they want to feel good.
Francis, we've got an order form here, one of many from last night. How do you start processing it?
Right, well, they give a rough idea of age, and that gives an idea of the style of clothes that he's going to have. So he's 21, roughly 21, so we're looking for the younger style.
So think about your masterpiece. Want some Rockford files?
I guess it looks like very good quality underwear and brand new. Where does this come from?
Well, what we do is we have a system where there's some clothes that come in that obviously we can't give out. Well, we could give out to homeless, but it's not exactly durable. So we go to a car boot sale and we sell them there, get some money, and then we actually buy all this brand new. And all we do then is we just label it up on one of these labels.
Right.
And then tonight we go out again and we'll hand it out to the people.
Every day, faces that say hello.
Last night I ordered a bag to put my belongings in, some toiletries, a coat, some shoes, bits and bats like that. But they've got to look all right, because, you know, you're homeless, but you don't want everybody to know, obviously. Had a result tonight, a real result.
I asked for a cut to give me this one. I was over the moon with it. Over the last couple of months with my daughter, she passed away, and this is how I went to the funeral.
You've got to keep yourself warm, clean, tidy, and that's half the battle, really. All the right size. It's really hard trying to get hold of jeans when you're out on the street. White shirts that I could do with, you know, when I go for job interviews. So it's a great help.
Basically, they've done me the world of good. As you can see with myself, you wouldn't think I was homeless.
I don't know where they get the funding from or whatever, but for the vans and stuff like that, but they never let me down anyway.
Many homeless people are struggling to improve their lives, and in an image-oriented society, appearance counts. So with cooperation from companies and your personal donations, Crisis and other charities like them can continue to provide a service which may be the first step towards resettlement.
Every year, over 15 million men's style magazines are sold, presumably to guys who want to stay at the forefront of fashion. We asked 6 of the best mags to put their fashion editors on the spot and tell us what they think their readers should be wearing in early '98.
In terms of fashion, the Esquire reader wants to know what's happening on international catwalk shows, but at the same time wants to put a look together that is more affordable. Next summer, the Esquire reader will be looking for wider pants, knitwear that is quite tight with small little V-necks, blousons that, for example, are quite short fitted and zipped.
A typical FHM reader is aged between 22 to about 32. He's got a bit of cash in his pocket at the end of the month and likes to spend most of it on clothes. The FHM look that I've chosen for spring-summer '98 is a blue tonic, 2-button, single-breasted suit. It's 100% pure new wool, which gives it a nice, light, summery feel. It's a slim-leg trouser finished off with a frog-mouth pocket with a blue high-collar 70s shirt. Accessories, again, think hard. You know, we've gone for mirrored aviator-style glasses.
The
The Maxim reader's slightly older than the average magazine reader. He's probably single, but if he is married, he probably hasn't got children, so he has quite a high disposable income. The Maxim reader obviously looks for something that's quite practical. Next spring-summer, the Maxim reader will be wearing shorts. They're actually very tailored, flat-fronted shorts. We've chosen a sandal, but it's quite a smart, closed-in sandal, so that A, we can avoid seeing somebody's feet, and also that he doesn't have to wear socks with it.
Arena reader is someone who doesn't need to be preached to, doesn't expect a magazine to tell him how to be a man, how to be fashionable. Next spring-summer, there's a very strong trend towards natural fabrics, a softer feel, a looser feel, much more comfortable. We've kind of left that sort of glam, shiny tailoring look behind us now. The interest is really in the details. It's about seaming, about pockets. Shoes are in a stronger leather with heavier soles. Kind of an industrial feeling, if you like.
The GQ reader is an intelligent, busy professional who likes to look good without looking like a fashion victim. They like to mix and match, they like designer stuff, they also like the cheaper high street alternatives. The main colour for spring-summer will be grey, because it works well with everything. With a looser, baggier pant, a linen is really perfect. The shoes that I put with this outfit are a classic English brogue, but with a thicker sole, because they work well with the wider pant.
We don't really dictate trends or offer up trends so much as just ideas that people can pick up on. How to buy a suit if you're going to court or something, relevant stuff. I'm fed up with seeing that sort of polished, groomed, slick look. Most English blokes end up looking like they're in Riverdance when they're wearing that. I mean, I think just a more relaxed look. The shirt I've chosen is just a sort of nice knockabout lad shirt. The straight bottom's slightly more unusual. I even think people might start tucking their shirts in soon. Jeans are always going to be knockabout stuff, aren't they? People are always going to be wearing denim. Handbags are going to be quite big the next couple of seasons. I mean, just for the sort of comedy element, really.